Hi guys, and welcome to this review, which isn't really a review, but is more of a showing what EPZ is capable of doing when it comes to its custom shell design option that they offer. It's an option that it's applicable to all the IMs they currently manufacture. Even their TWSs are possible to be made in a custom way. And it's something which in terms of cost goes around the $45 mark, and the options that they provide are very ample. I mean, I'm more than happy. I thought which model I was going to use to do this custom shell design on. I would have liked to have done it on the 530, but that's big money. The other simpler models were also an option, but then I decided to go for the 520 because I just think that in terms of an all BA set, putting aside the 530, which is an amazing IEM, okay, the 520 at its price point is a very competent IEM. When you consider a few facts, which is first of all, if you just are a person that looks at graphs and you look at the graph and you think to yourself, oh my god, this is going to be a nightmare, a mess, and then when you actually listen to it, you're greeted with a completely different surprise. So when you take that into account, the fact that it sounds really good, it has a tuning which has been around for a while now, because this model has been around now for about a good 2-3 years, so it hasn't got the latest in terms of the trends when it comes to all BA sets, and then the build quality that's offered and everything. I think it's a really good solid IM. Honestly, I do. I mean, $200 is $200. I'm not going to deny it. And then if you on top of that still add the custom, yes, it will get even a little bit more expensive. But you can always wait for some sales which are always going on, and even perhaps speak with EPZ, and who knows, they might even give you a small little discount coupon. No guarantees that, but they might even do it. But the 520 was an IM that really truly surprised me. It has a very smooth sound overall. And I just enjoyed its presentation. I mean, the bass was sufficient, the mids were great, the highs were great. I never found it to be, aggressive or harsh or incapable or not musical. Fair enough, yes, you did notice the occasional song where there was a little bit of that BA, kind of tonality or timbre, if you want to put it that way. The typical characteristics of the BA, mind you, but nothing that was offensive. And, the stock version, where you can actually see, and I've got it here. I mean, this is a beautiful IM, full resin shell, really nicely made. It doesn't get much better than this. It truly does not get much better than this. Okay, it is very nice. Small, fits beautifully in the ears. Stock cable is great. The accessories are great. Maybe the tips are just the only thing that are a little bit flawed in my opinion. Anyway, I decided then to make the 520 in a custom design, and I opted for this resin shell, yes, but with the faceplate in this stabilized wood. One in blue for the left, the one in like kind of a red for the right. Obviously, I mean, the colors for me are fine. I mean, this red could be a little bit more red. I'm not going to deny it, but it's fine. I mean, it's honestly, it looks really nice. It looks really good. This is just a nitpick. I like the way that they've also placed the EPZ branding on the actual shell. They've selected nice letters. It just looks really smart. I mean, honestly, I actually think that they should have made the IM be available in this configuration. As to the tips, I'm again using the Penon dark gray on green tips. They work flawlessly. They really work flawlessly. And besides the actual IM, which in terms of sound, I mean, I've talked about it, I'm not going to delve into it, although I did find that this one was perhaps just ever so slightly more well tuned in the upper mids and treble in that one. There was a 2 dB difference with regards to that one, and the rest was basically the same. And I just found that 2 dB drop just made it overall more pleasant. Not that it wasn't, but it made it even nicer. Okay, So that's just a little side note there. The cable that I'm using is the top of the line cable from EPZ. It's called the Canary, which is a cable which is made up of four alloys, let's put it that way. We're talking copper, silver, gold, copper, silver, and palladium. It's a nice 8-core, weaving. Really nice. I measured the cable. It measures perfectly. I mean, honestly, nothing that I can falter with regards to its performance. It's a modular cable. Okay, modular cable. It costs around $115. Which, I mean, you could argue now, oh, okay, but $115, that's expensive. Is the cable really good? Is it worth it? And so on and so forth. Well, let me put it to you this way. It's when you consider it's four alloys being used, it's within the average of what other brands are asking for a similar priced cable. Being modular and everything as well, again, I didn't consider the cable to be out of context. It is the cable that comes with the EPZ-530. Okay, so you already know that the 530 is a fantastic IEM, very well priced, and I've just told you it brings a cable which costs about $115. So that in itself should be worth something. And I decided to use this particular cable with the 520 to see how it would match. And cables are always a very dodgy thing. Cables are always something which is very you got to be careful there. But I did notice, I'm not going to deny that the cable did make the sound just ever so more polished with the stock cable. Okay, and if you don't change the cable, obviously you'll never pick up on it. But with the stock cable, it's got a nice warmish sound, considering it's a BA setup. And it just sounds good. It sounds really good. Nothing offensive. With this cable, with the Canary cable, it just opened up the sound just a little bit more. It just makes it's not that it changes the bass or anything of the sort. You just notice that, at least I noticed that in the upper mids and the treble, and as well the fact that it is slightly differently tuned to that could also be helping. But anyway, I use the cable on the same one, so that's what matters. I did notice that it just became just ever so more polished, just ever so more little detailed, very small things like cymbals that just seemed to have more correctness in the way they were coming across. Snares, the same thing. They had, it was just perfect. That's and again, look, this is very, very, very minor differences. You really have to know the particular song really well and be used to the IM quite well, like I am, so that you can pick up on this. And and maybe some of you might not even pick up on it. So here I am saying that the cable was all great and dandy and fantastic and amazing, and you should go out and buy it. And then you buy it, you don't see any differences, and you say that, oh, okay, but Tony just told me it was really good, and it's not. I'm saying this based on my experience and what I've seen, or what I heard rather. The cable works well. It matched well the 520. Already in the 530, I kept the cable on it because I did confirm that it was a good cable. I actually tried a few other cables on the 530 just when I was initially testing it to see, and I ended up leaving it with the stock cable because it is genuinely a good cable. And like I said, it's a 4 alloy cable. Considering that XINHS and IVPIQ, they have a similar setup of 4 alloy cables as well, and they cost anywhere around $200 to $220. And I like IVPIQ, and I use them, very often, or probably they are the most used cable that I have. And this is on there. It's on the same level. There's nothing that is inferior, honestly, in the Canary to any one of those IVPIQ or XINHS cables. All right. Anyway, guys, like I said, this was just more to basically show how EPZ also offers this service of you customizing your own IEM if you want to customize it. And I cannot say anything else but, you know, well done, congratulations. It's a good service. They were quick. It took just a few extra days than the usual, you know, and I'm super happy. I'm super stoked. And this matching with this cable, which I bought separately, I mean, I even made the whole combination stand out more. I just think it looks absolutely beautiful. If I was to nitpick on anything, yeah, but this is just because I've got this cable, is since the lettering, okay, I think is kind of goldish, it would have been nice if actually the EPZ would have been in gold as well. So it would have gone nicely with the gold terminations, with the gold in the cable, you know, with the gold plug. It would have been, I guess, the perfect touch. But other than that, nothing to be said. Just, you know, spot on. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'll leave all the links and so on in the description. And yeah, see you in the next one. Take care.